Welcome to Twin Ring Motegi. Dev Sanchez is on pole from Max Bortkar and Carson Thornburg. Nicholas Palomino starts fourth from Ray Shen and teammate your boy. Bob Marino is seventh from Manny Medveds and Dominic Hudson in ninth, with Oakwe rounding out the top 10. Not Q is 11th from Tommy and Hash Sheldon. Then it's Pierre Gasly and Wek Loco, the top 15. Kari Lopez and teammate Arman Cyril outside of the top 15. Then it's Miwa Schmeicher, Gabriella Barton, Niven Colby, Lam Fong, and Lewis Olsen. Returning to Japan then for round 3, it's an Andretti 1-2 as all 5 lights come on. And we are underway in Twin Ring Motegi. Brilliant start from Sanchez, covering off his teammate, but he's left the inside line open to Carson Thornburg in that number 97, coming through turn number 1, and you can see the 97 not actually getting the best entry, so having to slot into the slipstream of Max Bortkar. It's still that Andretti 1-2 of Dev Sanchez and Max Bortkar. Sanchez has won here before in Formula E. Yet to win here in INDYCAR, though, on board with Wek Loco and that number 35, who's just been given a time penalty for causing a collision. The top few drivers absolutely getting strung out. We're seeing some 3-wide action further back as we're looking at Nicholas Palomino, who's dropped behind Ray Shen, coming through turn number 6, and backwards facing, that's one of the Chip Ganassis. I think that's Manny Medveds and your boy, and also Dominic Hudson involved, but a big one for Medveds, who has dropped outside of the top 20. He's dropped down to 20th, actually. Don't know but for whatever reason, Colby and Olsen have dropped way down the order. For Hudson and your boy, they're lucky to not have too much major damage, and the same could be said for Medveds. But out of the Casio triangle, it is Dev Sanchez from Bortkar and Carson Thornburg to start lap 2 of 13. INDYCAR with these rolling starts definitely looking a lot more interesting than we did with those INDYCAR with the standing starts looking more interesting with the rolling start compared to the rolling starts, rather. We're on board with Dev Sanchez, your race leader, 1.1 seconds in front of teammate Max Bortkar. Andretti struggling in the start of the season, but as soon as they hit the track here in Japan, they know that there is something that they can pull off, and pull off they are. And Sanchez and Bortkar definitely having the class of the field today. Thornburg in the 97, highest placed American driver in this American Open Racing League. And if anything, he's been the most successful. It's just a really weird fun fact to know that we are yet to have an American champion. We had Japan, then the Netherlands, and then Sweden. And if anyone's going to be the first American to take a championship in not just the ERL INDYCAR series, but the ERL as a whole, it should be Carson. But he's dropped a few seconds off the back of Max Bortkar, so now head down through that chicane. Received reprofiling in recent seasons after being a very, very tight corner. 118.6 for Bortkar, who's using attack mode going down the straight. Will he be using any push to pass coming through the S's? He might, but those soft tyres definitely losing some grip. We could see some drivers come into the pits at the end of this lap, but as far as I'm aware, no one has. Wek Loco has set the fastest third sector, as Colby sets a new fastest lap down in 21st and penultimate last position. Lewis Olsen quite a ways off everybody, it seems. And yeah, the Andretti pair, they've pulled 3 seconds. They are absolutely dominating this race. And, you know, despite both factions of Andretti struggling in the early races in both ERL championships, at the very least we can say officially Andretti Green Racing is currently looking a lot better than the MS Amlin Andretti team, and that's probably because they've got stability and continuity. They've got an experienced driver in INDYCAR in Max Bortkar, who goes for the move around the outside on Dev Sanchez. Will he go for the lunge through the chicane? He will, and takes the lead away from his teammate, one of the drivers on the field who has been here since round 1 in season number 1. But Dev Sanchez has had a longer career in the ERL as a whole, as he now comes into the pits with Nicholas Palomino. Bob Marino also coming into the pits. Is that Marina? Is that Mariano or Marino? I don't know if I'm pronouncing these names correctly, as already stated. But we've got 9 more laps. Still not even close to half race distance. But it has already shown to be quite the race here in Twin Ring Motegi. Now, Carson Thornburg, 3.3 seconds, 3.5 seconds off of Max Sport Car. The mediums and the softs wearing at a similar rate, still more than what we saw in Detroit last time out. But in practice, we had seen some signs that the end of the stint on these tyres could be where the tyres wear the most. Millsars with a track limits warning, that's me, Walsh, rather. Still struggling to get used to some of these names after 4 seasons, but Sanchez running the outside of Pierre Gasly to take 8th. Will he go for Hudson in Akari 2? He makes the lunge very late, almost contact, but he just about keeps it clean to get up into 7th. Shen, Sheldon, and Queer all come into the pits. Here comes Sanchez on his countryman, Akari Lopez. These two have fought multiple times in Formula E, but one of them has a championship and the other doesn't. And it's the one without the championship who currently leads the other. That's 3rd position for Daf Sanchez. Will he be going for an INDYCAR championship this season? That would be very interesting to see. Because, you know, Daf Sanchez, he's never really had a good run for the championship. Whether driving for Andretti, Audi, any team he's driven for, even his time at Hyperdrive, all of those seasons, it's just never really worked out perfectly for the man who currently drives that Gainbridge car. Ray Shen way further down the order with a track limits warning. Miwa Schmeicher with the fastest first circuit of anyone, a 25.016. And even Colby at the very back of the pack for Manthe Motorsport. You can see him heading off the track there. But again, yeah, expect the end stages of this race to be where most of the carnage is. They're going 4 wide, battling over 7th. There goes Tommy in front of his teammate, and I think Enoch Hughes looking for the pass too, makes the lunge on his countryman, almost contact. Lam Fong getting a 5-second time penalty further back, where Koloko, I believe, already had a time penalty from way earlier on in the race. And he now dives into the pits with 7 laps to go. Akari Lopez and Wet Loco also into the pits. Almost a 1-2 again for the Andretti outfit, but as Borkar comes out of the pits, he's down in 7th. A lot of the drivers in the top 10 on the soft compound tyres. The only guys who aren't, none of the drivers really on the softs, rather, with only 2 of them being on them. That's Tommy and Thornburg in the top 10. I'm getting my words twisted about. But you can see Borkar with the freshest tyres in the top 10, aside from Carson. But Carson's 2 seconds off, but trying to close up. He's going for the move as Max. Oh, contact! That is with the Meyer Shank, number 14. Bob Marino's been hit by Max Sport Car. Sanchez, by the way, he's got a lead of 5.2 seconds, 4.8 now, as he's making his way down into 130R. Thornburg looking for a way to get past for now, but Enoch Hugh up into 3rd position. Gasly, his teammate, going quite slowly as Palomino gets past. Is that the McLaren of Ray Shen trying to make the pass too? Borkar's going for it down the inside. They've got to keep it clean, just about keep it as clean as they can, as Borkar moves up into P5. 6 to go here in Japan, as into the pits for Pierre Gasly, the last man to make his pit stop. Could we see a 2-stop today? Maybe. I'd say it's more likely that we get the 1 stop from the hard tyre runners. But 28% after 7 laps. And we've got 6 more laps to go. I don't think any of the guys who have come out of the pits on the hards are making it to the end. Down to 21st position for Pierre Gasly, though. A ghastly pit stop down there. Queese moved up into 5th position. He's in the slipstream of Enoch Hugh. Not going down the inside. He's got his teammate close to him, but he's really just defending from Shen and Thornburg over 6th position. Making their way through the hill climb after this turn, really. And still that fight for 4th is raging. Bortkar's made his way somehow up into 2nd position. Quite a ways in front of Tommy. We've got some dark clouds over Japan. As Kui going alongside with a knock. Side by side. Through 130R into the triangle. Down the inside, and that's the lunge for P4 for the Dutchman who won the first round of the season. And I think we could see the 25 pit. Into the pits for Tommy. Into the pits for his countryman in Q at the end of lap 7, and many drivers also coming in for their second stops. And Thornburg, Carson Thornburg with a time penalty. Look at that, just about in front of Okui right now. Nicholas Palaminio, the Spaniard in their number 93, trying to close up to the back of his teammate. Currently, Hyperdrive Racing would be on for their second double podium in their time in INDYCAR, despite them, of course, being here since round 1 and always having some pretty good driver lineups. At the very least, both of their drivers have been able to get consistent podiums if consistency was on their side, as Ray Shen gets past Nicholas with the better tyres, of course, and also past Tash Sheldon, fellow rookie driver in Formula E. Your boy, the final rookie driver in the field, down in 22nd in last position after coming into the pits. And you're beginning to see that train form. Ray Shen trying to go around the outside. It'll have to be an inside move down to the chicane. Almost got covered off and has to be forced wide. And at the very least, he will live to fight another day. Lap 9 of 13. And attack mode in operation for the 33. In comes Palaminio and Marino. Honestly, I think we could see some rain today. But with 4 laps to go, is anyone actually going to take that risk? At the very least, we know that some drivers are definitely risking it with their tyres. As you can see, Thornburg's in the low 40s in terms of tyre wear. Bortkar's closing up to the back of his teammate. You can see that early stage of this race return in terms of the fight for the lead. For Bortcar, it's been a very big challenge to get back up to the gearbox of his teammate. And for the two Andretti Green drivers, coming through Spoon Curve down the inside for Max Bortcar, the Season 2 champion, reclaims the race lead here in Twin Ring Motegi. Max Bortcar leads from teammate Dav Sanchez and Carson Thornburg. But of course, Bortcar with that time penalty. This is ideal for Andretti to keep him in front of his teammate, but almost banging wheels. Bortcar still just about in front. That could have been so much worse through that turn. Attack mode in operation for the number 72, as in comes Carson Thornburg to serve that time penalty. That elevates Kui up to P4, has Sheldon pits with 3 to go. And honestly, for Sanchez, he's going to have to pit soon. I don't see how you're going to finish this race with the tyres that you're on if you've done 6 laps on the hard tyres. I think for Kui and Ray Shen, there's a high possibility of a puncture. Same for Wack Loco, actually, who's hit 26%. But I think for Wack Loco, he might be able to come into the pits before the troubles really begin. And Q looking for a way to get past the Hungarian, and he's found his opening. Down the inside, he's still going alongside with each other. Hugh's gone off the track. They stay side by side, but Wack Loco covers him off and out of the race for Ray Shen. That's the first retirement of the day. And he's just hit the wall. We're hearing right now, major engine failure. The car just turned off and sent him into the wall. Full course caution with 3 to go. That helps the top 2. If this full course caution... Oh no, for Bortcar. He needed that full course caution to last probably 20 seconds more, but we are back under the greens. That doesn't help the Dutchman. because if he was to benefit, or at the very least mitigate the damage from that time penalty, he needed those full course cautions to stay there. Instead, his teammate, who's at 18% tyre wear, is going to be in front. In comes O'Quee as well. I think no, Tommy stays out. Hudson will probably stay out as well. I think we might see Wet Loco dive into pit row, and he does. So he's safe to the end of this race. If you do 5 laps on your softs, maybe 6, there's a high possibility of a puncture come the end of this race. And for Daf Sanchez, he is really pushing the limits of those Firestone tyres. Little bit of a correction there from Lam Thon. Lewis Olsen with the fastest third sector, and you've noticed already how much faster the tyres have begun to wear, as Palomino getting past the Vietnamese driver, looking at the number 93 there. And will he try and get past your boy as well? Another rookie driver right in front of him. Blistering we're beginning to see occur a lot faster with these mediums. Round the outside goes Nicholas Palomino. And oh, slow-moving Tommy! Has he got a puncture? Yes, puncture, rear puncture for the number 45. Oh, dearie me. And for the Revolution Racing driver, in his 4th IndyCar Series, Quee's been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. That is such a shame. We haven't been this disappointed since Shrek 2. Honestly, a travesty for this league to see those Firestone tyres blow up. As we are on to the penultimate lap, Daf Sanchez leading the pack. He's hit 1%. He's hit 0. Daf Sanchez has got a puncture on the penultimate lap of this race. Dominic Hudson is chasing him down for the race lead. Enoch Hughes flashing in terms of his tyre wear. It's a full car puncture for the 72. They went way too long on its hard tyre stick, and contacts with Dominic Hudson. Enoch Hughes just about misses him. And oh, dearie me, big incident. Your boy is out of this race. Both Andretti Green drivers, who have been running a brilliant day so far, also involved in that incident. And it's a full course yellow as well as a full car puncture for Daf Sanchez. That leaves Enoch Hughes at the head of the pack. Lewis Olsen also involved in that melee. And you know, for Nicholas Palomino, he said a few races back that he kind of hoped to see some sort of wreckfest. Well, here's your wreckfest, and it's all caused by tyres. That rear puncture for Daf Sanchez. His teammates now got front wing damage. The entire pack is going to swarm him, heading through the hairpin. Oh, dearie me. And still he goes for a move. Even though his tyres are all blown up. And tyre issues for the top 3 too. I think Marino's going to have the best tyres come the final lap. 19% for Mewash. What is Enoch looking at? 2% for Enoch Hughes. So here comes Mewash Maker through 130R. Going side by side, going for the lunge. And he's going to try and take the lead. And he's done it as Enoch Hughes' rear tyres blown up. Full car puncture for the 25 on the final lap of this race. Can you believe it? Marino is going for victory. Bullock drives past him, and for Enoch Hughes, he will have to finish this race with a full car puncture. He's missed pit lane entry. I think we might see some more drivers with punches on this very final lap here in Twin Ring Motegi. Oh, big shot on his... Oh, heading into turn 1. Has Sheldon, the rookie, out of this race. Involved with Akari, who's also out. Lopez out of this race. Full car puncture for Enoch Hughes, causing calamity in this. And his teammate's not looking too much better in terms of tyres. Mewash is at 4%. Marino's at 19. Palomino's at 19. Hudson's at 1. My goodness, the tyre situation. And, oh, Sanchez has missed pit entry too. We are back under the green flags on the final lap. In the tyre saving 400 here in Twin Ring Motegi. Here comes Nicholas Palomino looking for a way to take his first ERL IndyCar Series win in only his 3rd start. Mewash has got a puncture. Hudson also with a puncture. Too little, too late from these guys as Bullock moves up into 3rd position. Expects some yellows late on in this race as Cyril with a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. And is that Another driver with a puncture, yes. Medvets has got a puncture as well as Gabriela Barton. Lam Fong with a puncture as well. Marino currently leads them through the final chicane. Palomino is driving the final turns of his career. It's 1/10 the gap, heading to the line. Attack mode in operation. These guys in single digits in terms of tyres, but Marino takes victory by 1/10 of a second here in Twin Ring Motegi. Great stuff from him. Lewis Olsen will come across the line almost in puncture territory. My goodness, everyone behind. And Miłosz has got a puncture, I think. Yeah. They all missed pit entry. And it's weird, they've done different amounts of laps with their tyres and they've still had full car punctures. That's just how much the tyre wear has ramped up in those final laps. It's just like what we saw in Detroit last time out, but on a far grander scale. So we watch Das Sanchez, the first man to get the full car puncture. And oh my goodness, he's had to do 2 laps with that. Went on to those hard tyres on lap 3. Certainly went way too long on them. Inoki coming across the line right now. And for Nicholas Palomino, it's a first career podium. But that win will have to come on a later date, as he's been denied by exactly 133 thousandths of a second. A blink effectively cost Palomino the race win today. I think we could see Sanchez 2 minutes off the pack. Let's take a look at that. As here is your podium. Bob Marino of Mexico taking victory, and I believe his first INDYCAR victory as well, here in Twin Ring Motegi in front of the rookie Nicolas Palomino of Spain and Max Borcar, the Season 2 INDYCAR champion. As for the rest of your finishers, you've got Thornburg, Kui, Loco, Gasly, Tommy, Colby, and Olsen, the top 10. Outside of that, you've got Armand Cyril and Miłosz Micah, the first of the drivers with the puncture. Then it's Matty Medvets, Dominic Hudson, Gabriela Barton, Lam Fong, Inoki, and Dav Sanchez, who officially finished 2 minutes off of the race leader. With your non-finishers being Hash Sheldon and Kari Lopez, your boy and teammate Ray Shen. In the driver standings, Kui leads the pack on 35 points, and he's 2 points in front of both Max Borcar and Armand Cyril. Miłosz Micah is 4th from Marino and Gasly. Then it's Nicholas Palomino, best of the rookie class this season so far. Then it's Lam Fong, Tommy, Labarton, Loco, Thornburg, Sheldon, Shen, Colby, Lopez, and Olsen, the last of your point scorers this season, with your boy Sanchez, Medvets, and Hudson yet to score any points. So in the constructors standings, heading into the 4th round of the ERL INDYCAR Series, Hyperdrive BBX leading the pack on 53 points from Apex Pinnacle and Andretti Green Racing. Then it's Revolution Racing, Manthe Motorsport, Maya Shank Racing, Team Penske, Power Motorsport, AJ4 Enterprise, Chip Ganassi, and Alan McLaren SP. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.